Hello, hey beautiful soul. Welcome to the very first episode of The Word Will Adjust. My name is Folawewo Ayeni, and this is a sacred space of where we heal out loud. We grow without shame, and then we take up space with bold, unapologetic softness. On today's episode, I'll be sharing the moments with you that humbled me. And so the title of this episode is The Moment I Realized I Had No Staying Power. Means I will start a lot of things. I know how to start. To start was never a problem. You know when people say, you just go ahead, you just have to start, Starting was never a problem. But staying was. Starting was never a problem. But being focused was. Starting was never a problem, but being consistent was. So I was in the space in my life where I was just like, I wanted to give up on another job. The job I'm currently on. I wanted to give up. If I face too much wahala, I don't leave, I don't go. I've left, I've gone. So I was just at the verge of just letting go again. And then I was speaking to a friend, and I don't know, I think I want to go to tech now, I just don't know, I'm just so tired of what the dash that's coming with this job. I don't know, I don't like it anymore and everything. But this is one thing I always wanted, this is a job I always wanted. And then the opportunity finally came, and I was ready to just up and leave, because I'm the kind of person that I never stay out of job, like, except I don't want to work. But I always, if I want a job like yesterday, I'll get it. You see, one day people say, I've been looking for a job for 5 years. I cannot relate, because when a job is gone like this, when I get out of a job like this, I'm into another like this. Like, it's just that simple. So it never really give me the feeling of, you have to stay in one. I can always get. I'm not disturb me, don't stress me. I can, is it not walk, duh, I will always get. But then my friend began to talk to me. He's a guy, and there's something you just have to stay, the spirit wants you to learn. And then that word just sank in me, and I was like, okay, stay. And then I began to have a reflection. I also try to introspect a lot, so I began to have a go back in time. I started working while I was 17 years old. And then I discovered that from 17 years old till now that I'm almost my mid-30s, I have no staying power. I've never worked in a place for 1 year. Nah, this is a truth. I told myself, you've never worked in a place for a year. The worst of your time you do is 8 months. And then you're that. Sometimes 3 months, sometimes 2. And then you're gone. You don't have to stay in power. And then I didn't even get the name of the staying power. I said, okay, so I don't stay on jobs. Okay. Now, I'm multi-talented. I've started businesses too. And then still, I will just stop. I just discovered that I have the capacity to start. But when it gets to the middle, when it gets boring, when it gets bored, when I'm not receiving the applause, when I have no fire in my soul anymore, I quit. I stop. I'm looking for something new. I'm looking for something fresh. And I think this has also affected my relationships. Yeah, I know. So it's not just you. You're not lazy, you're not weak. I am not lazy. Of course, I'm very hardworking. I can mention more than 10 things that I have done in my life. And you think that, I definitely, you've done a lot of things in your life, but have I stayed in one? No. Ouch, I would say, was what I felt when it hit me. But then, I was stuck into the bus. I started my TikTok thinking I was going to do consistency journey. After 30 days, I was worked with my time. I stopped. And then I was talking to one of my boss that I've worked with at a particular point in my life. And then he told me, Fola, I discovered that you can actually do this. I watched your YouTube TikTok video. I was just talking to my other friend that, assuming I know Fola had this much strength when she was working with us, I would have sponsored her, I would have done this, I would have done that. But for I noticed that you have no staying power. And I was like, yeah, I get that now. I lack focus. I don't have it. Consistency is like my favorite word, but I don't have it. It's funny how you will love so. I love when I'm consistent. I want you to be consistent, but I don't have it. I'm not consistent. Routine, far from it. I don't have a routine. What? Do you mean roaster? I don't even have that one. Do you mean kokoroko? Cock? What? How? I don't have it. I don't have it. So I discovered that these are the things that help you want to live the life of your dream, but still you do not have it. Not because you cannot have it, but because I just lack the capacity. That was the breaking point for me. That was the point of self-discovery for me. I lack staying power. That is a weakness, a strong one that should be overcome. So I spoke to myself and I told myself, no more. So what am I going to do about it? I pick up what's supposed to be, what is my passion, which is, I know friends call me to encourage relationship, love, and I know I have this beautiful gift of touching lives and changing people's lives. I love to see people happy. And then I decided to start this up a podcast. I've started it all before though. I have a podcast before, and then I stopped. So you see, but this time, because I begin to say, this is what my problem is. I am starting it again, and I call it this, the word we adjust, where I'll be unpacking a lot of things, where I'll be saying a lot of things, where we'll be having soul start and deep dive. Soul start Mondays, deep dive Thursdays. Soul start, we just talk about things that make us so sick, that make us beautiful, and then deep dive, I go and share more deep, vulnerable moments with you. Lessons life have taught me, how I've grown, how life has humbled me, and how I am starting to become, to discover the power of staying. So I was not afraid of starting. Mine is I'm afraid of the middle. I'm afraid of what will happen when I'm in the middle of the ocean and there's no one to cry for help. I can't afford drowning. So it's always easy to start to be at the tip of the ocean, where when I swim I put my legs on the ground, but when I get to the middle, when it is shallow and I have no space and my legs are not touching the ground and I feel like I'm going to sink, I'm afraid of that moment. So I am here, and I hope you will hold me. I am here, and I want to hold myself and said yes, even if your leg is not touching the deepest part of the ocean, you're swimming well and you're swimming right. So say this afternoon, I am starting, I am going to stay, I'm going to be consistent. I'm never afraid of starting, neither am I going to be afraid of becoming. So that's it for today, guys. That is it for today. I hope this touches you somehow. If this touches you, kindly share, kindly comment, and please like and follow for more interesting, juicy, soul deep and deep dive topics that will be coming your way. And remember, let me tell you this, you need to be you, and the word will adjust for you. And that's it for today's episode, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. This is not easy though, but I think as I go on it's going to become lighter. So thank you so much, and then I'll see you guys in the next episode of The Word Will Adjust. Bye bye.